Hello and welcome back to Onderheim Zoo. So in today's episode, as you probably noticed from the thumbnail and title anyway, we are going to be creating habitats for the hyena and the wild dog. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one here that we've kind of already laid out a little bit of, and I'm going to split it in half. So I'll probably have to fix the track ride a little bit so that it goes equally through both. But yeah, essentially we're going to split it straight down the middle. Half of this is going to be for the hyena and half of it's going to be for the wild dog. Might even just make it smaller on this side, to be honest, but we'll see how that's going to work very shortly. But the theme that we are going to start to transition to is kind of a more abandoned, old style, situation. So I want to do a Tatooine inspired area. And that's essentially what we're going to get to after this habitat is done. So it's not really going to be fully there quite yet, but we're going to start to kind of transition to that style. And then once we get, we're going to have the guests kind of walk this way and then along the back of the habitat so that they can see both habitats. And then I think over here is where we're going to put that kind of Tatooine style city for some food and drinks and that sort of thing. And then they will continue off in this direction as well, or maybe kind of loop back around. We are actually getting to, I'm not entirely sure what the loop is going to look like, actually. I need to figure that out. Where exactly they're going to loop back to, because there isn't really a very good loop back here, unless I just looped them all the way back to like the beginning and kind of made a little walkway across the water here. Maybe that could be it. I also was thinking we have a lot of room back here still too, so we could do it. What was I thinking originally? I honestly don't remember what my original thoughts were anymore for this zoo. I might have wanted them to walk in and out of this one. Oh no, our barrier's broken. Okay, let's pause that for a minute. I might have wanted them to walk in and out of this area, so it would be like a loop around here, but I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we'll just stick with kind of building over out to the side this way. A little bit of a lopsided zoo, but I think that is going to be totally fine. The zoo's not going to be huge, so we should be good. But yeah, the next area I want to do is kind of a Tatooine inspired and like abandoned situation. So I'm going to play a bit with the terrain as well, probably raise it up a bit around here. I'm not going to try that crazy like mountainous thing that I did previously, but just a little bit, make it look more like, sand dunes and that sort of thing. But yeah, for now we're going to stick to doing these two habitats today. But other things for just kind of quick housekeeping before we jump into it. In terms of the game, I'm going to kind of try to deal a little bit with stress. I've been doing a little bit off camera here and there, kind of moving shelters around and adding more. Like for the meerkats, I duplicated this one, so they've got a shelter here too if they start to feel stressed. And for the fennec foxes, I moved their food bowls so that they're all closer to shelters now instead of like out in the open. But I don't know, maybe I just need to throw a few more extra shelters in here. I wonder if I could do any shelters over the water. I don't know. I'm not totally sure what I can do about these yet. It's very, it's too bad. I don't want them to be stressed out, but it's really hard to like not have them stressed out when our guests are, walking by all the time. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do about that yet, but we will see. I'll work on it anyway. And in terms of not this zoo, but kind of channel news, I know I haven't really put it out too much, but I do actually have a Twitter account that I use to kind of post updates and like when I'm posting and that sort of thing. So if you are into Twitter and want to follow me there, there are links on my page. I think I'll put a link in the description box below as well for that. I obviously don't have very many followers over there yet because I haven't mentioned it. But if you do want to follow me over there, you can. And one of my second channels, my miscellaneous gaming channel, I just started a new series of a brand new game on there. So that channel is definitely, it doesn't get pushed as much as this one, which is totally fine. This is the main channel, and I love doing the Planet Zoo stuff, but I also like to kind of mix it up a little bit. So if you want to support me over there, or if you're looking for a brand new simulation management game, I'm really enjoying the one that I'm playing over there. So it's a new series. I guess by the time this comes out, it's been out for about a week or so there should be a bunch of episodes over there. Those ones are much quicker for me to film, so I put out the episodes much quicker. So yeah, you can go check that out if you're interested and want to support me there. But we need to figure out this broken barrier issue. Is this habitat again? It is. Why is my mechanic slacking so much on this habitat? That's the second time that the barrier is broken. My goodness. Oh well, I guess we'll have to just spend some money to rescue the animals after the... I don't know why. I have a mechanic specifically only on this habitat. I don't know. I guess maybe because he has to walk all the way over here for those doors? I don't know if he has to really do any maintenance on the doors. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, for the most part, I think our animals are doing pretty decent. Our safari is going fairly well. I think I'm going to add some more shelters into this habitat as well. I might do that in the time lapse. I might do that in between. I'm kind of curious to see if I can come up with some cool buildings in this one, and maybe I can bring some of the abandoned look into this habitat as well, just to kind of like make it a little bit more transitional. I think these animals would benefit a lot from just like a few more random shelters, because they are getting a bit stressed out by the Jeep ride, I think, every once in a while. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it for the updates. The rest of our animals are doing quite well, quite typical. Our fennec foxes, I don't think they've had another litter. They just had the one litter, I believe. Let's take a look, actually. Actually, you know what? Maybe there has been another litter of fennec foxes. Where's this habitat? There is. How many are in here? Oh yeah, okay, so we had a couple more babies. Just 2 this time, which is fun. Because only our, I think it's Fatima, our alpha female, actually has babies, so that's super cool. We'll have to make sure we put those ones on contraceptives too, so that they don't get too upset, or they don't do too much inbreeding, I suppose is the correct way of looking at that. And our penguins, we actually probably need to deal with our penguin contraception as well at some point here. Yeah. Oh no, they're all still babies. Okay, so these are all of our breeding pairs, all the ones with stars beside them here, and then our babies are all still babies. Oh, look at them all. We have so many little penguins now. I love that. I love that this habitat's like filling up. Look at them. They're just waddling in sync, I guess. Oh, I should give them some more, some new enrichment toys too. I forgot hard mode. We always have to replace the enrichment items. In terms of our rhinos, you are sleeping, I think. I hope so. Where's your baby? Oh, she grew up. Okay. Yeah, so these two had a... Oh no, she's here. Oh, okay, she's just tiny, that's why. Hello! Still really small. I don't play a lot, I don't really play much off camera, so 3.6 years since she was born. Rhinos age pretty slowly, so that's okay. And then for our meerkats, of course, we have a ton of meerkats. I need to go through here and do the contraceptives and figure out who our main breeding pairs are. I'm pretty sure the meerkats are similar to the fennec foxes in that there's one alpha female, and then she will just breed with, whoever else, but nobody else actually has babies. But I want to make sure she's not breeding with any of her kids as well. But yeah, that's all the habitats so far. It feels like, I don't know, for some reason it feels like we haven't done a lot in the zoo yet, but look at it. We're going pretty good so far, so... Yeah, anyway, I think that's enough rambling for me for now. Let's jump into that time-lapse. Alright, here we go. So I hope you guys are ready for a long one today. But as you can kind of see here in the background, I did do a bunch of terrain work and kind of habitat outlining work prior to starting filming, just because it was a little bit tedious and I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted. But yeah, you can kind of see there. It looks a little bit cleaner now. We have the big barriers all the way around the outside, the chain link fences, which I really like the chain link fences. I don't know. Nobody's complained about them yet, so I'm assuming that you guys like them as well. But yeah, I kind of got rid of some of the rock work that was just very poorly done, I suppose. So yeah, I kind of fixed it. And here's the thing too. So I was looking at a whole bunch of photos, right? Reference photos, and especially for this kind of abandoned, desert village look. And I really wanted to fix the terrain around here. And one of the things that I really noticed was in a lot of these really sandy, deserty areas, the sand looks like it's been moved by wind. Obviously, that's very obvious to everybody else, to everybody here, I'm sure, but it wasn't how I was building this previously. So I kind of fixed that middle area so that it's a little bit more at an angle, the sand going up, and I just think it looked a little bit more realistic. And then in the end, these animals, just like our safari animals, are actually not all full desert animals, so they needed a bunch of grass, and green grass, it doesn't look as good with the green grass, but you know what, it doesn't matter. I'm actually kind of hoping, so I will talk about this build a little bit. It's just, this build goes on forever, so we can talk about it a bunch when we get there, but I know with the new, I just saw the announcement for the new update, which I don't remember what day it comes out. Sometime soon, I think, especially soon compared to when this video is coming out, if it hasn't come out already. And I know it talked a bit about like terrain stuff. Like I know there's a bunch of terrain elevation options, but I think I might have read that there was something about terrain painting too. I don't know. So I'm curious to see if there is any changes in that, if we have more flexibility in terrain painting with the new update or not. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. That probably wasn't a very helpful piece of information, but it's something that I don't really know much about either. So we'll have to wait and see when that comes out. It would be really nice if I could make this desert have brown grass instead of green grass. I think it would look so much better. But it is what it is for now. So in terms of what we are building here, so this first shop front took totally from an inspiration photo that I just had found on Pinterest from, you know, kind of an old abandoned like desert village sort of thing. I don't even know if it was abandoned because it might have been like an actual unabandoned one for this one, but it had these like a whole bunch of these pots, and I don't know why they were kept on the roof exactly. I don't know if they were collecting rainwater or if what I was seeing was a shop and that was just where they were keeping, you know, extra pots and like advertisement for the fact that they had pots. I don't know. I think the rainwater theory might be more realistic, but kind of hard to say. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. So I thought, you know, that was an easy thing to do in this game, was to add those pots in the ceiling, or on the roof, not on the ceiling, on the roof. So I added those ones in there, and yeah, I thought it looked kind of cool. And the rest of this is basically just me playing around with it. I think that's why this build ended up taking so long. I mean, partially because we tackle multiple things in this episode, multiple different buildings, but also because it was just like I was playing around with this a whole bunch. I thought, you know what, let's make some like, you know, wood pallets, some just like kind of broken wood pieces, throw them all around and make the decorations happen, you know, in that way. And there probably might have been some better pieces that I could have used for this sort of stuff, but I don't know. I think the boarded up window looks okay. I didn't really love it, but I think it kind of works out. And of course over here I'm also putting in a couple of shops, just because we don't really have a lot of shops in this area. I did totally forget bathrooms, but we do fix that at the end of this video. But yeah, let me know what you think about the length of this one, because I don't know exactly how long it is at this point, but I did already film the intro and the outro, and I know that I rambled around a lot in those ones. So the fact that this is a bit of a longer speed build, usually the speed build is like 17, 18 minutes long. And normally they don't go past 15. So I know this is going to be a bit of a longer video, but let me know what you think. I know I started this off pretty strictly on like 20-minute videos when I first started making these, like 20 to 25 max. I think I've kind of expanded that a little bit. I think a lot of these videos have been going up 25 to 30 plus minutes. But let me know what you prefer. If you would like these videos to be shorter, you know, I mean, I don't want to do less in the videos because I want to keep pushing this too, but I could definitely make the videos shorter. Like, not all of this needs to be in here when it's kind of all the same stuff over and over again. But yeah, you can kind of let me know. I'm hoping this is okay, but if not, I can always cut more stuff out. But yeah, for the rest of this building, basically same sort of thing. I'm using a lot of the same decorations, just trying to find all this cool clutter and like stuff that kind of looks old, but like, you know, also kind of fits in. And gosh, plants. This all looks so much better once the plants are in. 110%. But I wanted to do them last because I wanted to play around a bit with the terrain here. Again, make the sand look like it was blowing around and kind of covering up some of this stuff. Is I think what we're going to do next here, perhaps. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I just wanted to, I thought about doing the like train stamp. So that's what I had done previously, was make it like a proper angled square terrain stamp. For like the barrier in the middle of those two habitats and stuff to make it look like sand blowing, but here that obviously didn't work because you can't really adjust the terrain around the paths and there was only a little bit we could do, so I just brought up the sand a bunch so it was covering some of the some of those props that I had put out already. But as we just kind of wrap up, you know, all of the building that's happening here, because this is all the same sort of thing. We're going to put plants down, then I'm going to copy a bunch of this building, put it on the other side. So yeah, I think the interesting building portion of this area in particular is maybe kind of over. I wanted to just at least mention the fact that we have a new pack coming out. Like, you all know that by now. It's been announced already, like almost a week ago from the time that this is posted. And yeah, it's coming out the beginning of October, I think. At the beginning, or like it's sometime in the beginning of October. The North American pack, which I'm actually super excited about. The thing is, these packs, they come out, they release them very quickly, and I guess for a lot of creators that do this more full-time than I do, you know, they need those ideas and, like, you know, time to make a new zoo, I guess, right away. For me, it's very, like, I don't know, I don't feel like I have time to finish my current zoo before a new pack comes out at all. But I'm actually really excited about this one in particular because I really wanted to make a winter zoo anyway. So the plan for this is I want to finish up this zoo before the winter. So, I mean, technically winter is like the end of November, I think. We'll see. We'll see how long this takes me to finish. But the goal is get it done by the end of November. So that, you know, December can start as the winter zoo, because I want to make like a Christmas village sort of thing. Even if it goes beyond Christmas, I think it would still be super cute. And North American animals, I think, are going to be absolutely perfect to like theme up that zoo, because I wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted to do. I probably would have made it more like, I don't know, Arctic, or like maybe not Arctic, but like maybe a bit more, you know, Scandinavian or something. But I think a North American like zoo, or at least the North American animals, since a lot of them are cold animals, are going to add so well to what I have in mind for that zoo. So that's going to be super fun, and I'm really excited about that, and I like the fact that we're going to have new animals. I'm just obviously not going to get on the hype train of like immediately making zoos and stuff for those new animals, but it's fine. I've never done that anyway. So here's what we are doing in the video now. This is the second part of this build. So the reason why this speed build is so long is because I guess I did two different things. It's interesting because sometimes the building seems like it takes me forever, but this one in particular, like this whole section, I did in one sitting. I just like sat down for like, I don't know how long, I mean, what is this, like maybe 4 hours of building? I just sat down and did it all. Pretty much straight, which is different. I don't often get the chance to do that, so this was super fun, and I just managed to get both of them done. And I really like how this turned out. So essentially, it's a bit of a different style, but again, I took some inspiration photos for like some old, like abandoned mining towns and stuff in, I don't know where they were. I think they were in Africa, but like someplace deserty, not the jungle. And yeah, this kind of old wooden building, these pieces worked really well. It like, I didn't need to distress them in any sort of way, like I didn't need to add extra stuff to them. These pieces already look super distressed and old, which is awesome. And the track ride's gonna go right through here. So what I wanted to do, at first I thought maybe I would do a combined predator habitat. I tested that out in a sandbox and they just attacked each other, obviously. So I had to split this one in two, and this building provided a really good way to do that. So it's like the shelter for both habitats, and also provides us with a barrier between the two habitats. That's not just a fence, I suppose. So the track ride goes in through, you know, this door here, and then comes out the other side just to like cross between the two habitats. In a way that is safe so the animals cannot cross through the two habitats. And you'll see, I think just in a minute here, it looks like, yeah, I'm just kind of cleaning up the track and barrier stuff first, just to make sure that, you know, the two barriers or the two habitats are working together properly and the animals can't come out. I'm going to do the same thing on this side with the tracks as I did the other side. I do end up kind of burying them a bit and all of that, but yeah, I think this kind of works out. It's obviously a smaller section of the ride over here for sure, but I mean, whatever. The big safari is the exciting part, And hopefully once we kind of expand up on this side of the zoo a little bit more, we'll have people coming in to that back path area, and they can, observe the animals from there as well. It's not going to be very like crowded for a while because there's really nowhere for them to go. But yeah, hopefully when we start to get the next part down, then we can do that. So what I'm doing here, it looks kind of funny right off the bat, and I kind of had to, it took me a little bit to figure out how I wanted to do this, but after I figured it out, it's all kind of the same thing over and over again. But I wanted to essentially break down parts of the roof and walls on this building. So I put in these supports just to kind of look like, I didn't put them everywhere. Like if you looked inside, it might look kind of funny that like these parts of the roof have supports, but like the parts of the actual roof don't have the same supports. But who needs that level of detail really? So I just did this in sections that I knew that I was going to take apart. And I really like how this turns out. I think it looks really, I don't know, it looks broken down, like it looks old, it looks like collapsed, like that's basically it, right? Like I put in these beams and then take off the roof. In some sections I take off the walls, I don't think I did, so here, just because it's the entrance. But yeah, I think it turned out well. I'm happy with it. Anyway, so you can let me know what you think. But as basically just showing everything that I'm already doing, I'm going back and forth quite a bit with what we're talking about today, apparently. But I did want to just touch on the channel a little bit while we're just kind of watching all of this repeated building happening. So obviously we have this series out right now, and I'm so excited to build the rest of this zoo. And once that's over, we have plans for the kind of Christmas zoo or like cold weather zoo as well, which I think is going to be an awesome contrast. And I love a good, like, I don't know, North American, maybe not even North American. I don't know exactly what the building style is going to be yet, but I know that it's going to be fun to build that one. Christmas, like just something super festive. I'm super excited about that one. But I know that Prehistoric Kingdom is also supposed to release later this year. I don't know if that's still happening. I obviously don't have alpha access, and I don't think there's too much to do on the alpha anyway. I haven't seen very many people playing it. But when the actual game releases, I do want to make a series on that too. So if you're looking for, or if you're also looking forward to that game, I do want to make a series on it too. So how exactly we're going to fit that in, I don't know. Just because obviously I work full time. I'm not like I'm not a student or anything anymore. I'm a working adult, so I don't have too much time for these types of videos. These ones take ages to make with all of this building. So we'll have to see if maybe I start the Prehistoric Kingdom in the new year once the Christmas zoo's kind of wrapping up, and or maybe even after that one's over. I don't know. I think I'm gonna want to play it as soon as it comes out for sure. But I might alternate weeks or something, like 1 week of Planet Zoo, 1 week of Prehistoric Kingdom. We'll have to see. I also have some new series planned for my other channel, the Miscellaneous Gaming channel. I think I already mentioned the newest one that I have going on there right now. But the thing with those types of games is they're very like, I don't know. I don't consider them taking away time from making this stuff, because it definitely, like, I need a break from this like hyper creative, like time consuming sort of stuff. So I play those sorts of management games or like simulation games on my own all the time. So I figured, why not just try filming them and see if people like them. So let me know if you do go and check that one out. I think in case you missed the intro, I just started it's like a cult simulator management sort of thing that I'm having a lot of fun with. So if you do manage to go and check it out, just make sure you let me know how you're liking that style of video, because those videos are very quick for me to make. Essentially, I don't cut out a lot in those ones, whereas this one, like, this is sped up 700%. So it takes me, 100% longer, I suppose, if that math checks out, to make this video than it does then you see it. Whereas for those games, I don't actually cut out a whole lot. So a 30-minute video might take maximum like an hour to film, if that. Sometimes it's only 30 to 45 minutes because I don't cut out too much. So yeah, I would love to know whether or not you guys like those videos. It's just that one doesn't get as much traffic, which is totally fine. Because, you know, obviously YouTube, I think, doesn't, like, they won't push your multiple channels for you, whereas this channel, like, I've been really lucky they've been pushing it a lot. Like, we passed 700 subscribers while I was on vacation, which I think is just absolutely nuts, and I'm so excited about. If you guys don't know too much about like YouTube and stuff, 1,000 subscribers is the mark where you get some additional like stuff from them as a creator. Like, you can start to actually get a little bit of, I mean, obviously I'm not planning on making all that much money off of it, but because we don't get that many views, but you get a little bit of ad revenue from the ads that they make you watch. I don't get any of that before 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, I'm really excited. And I just wanted to point out, I'm really excited about where this is going so far and your support so far. But I think that makes this the end of the time lapse. So let's just jump back into it. All right, everyone, we are starting off with entering our new habitats on the ride. We might as well just show the ride while we go. First thing, I was actually just thinking about, definitely gonna need to, oh, we're lagging a bit again. There we go. Definitely going to need to decorate the backs of these buildings because, yeah, you can see them. Not the best. Oh, I don't even think I spotted a... I didn't even spot. I guess it goes very quickly through these habitats. I didn't even get... Oh, that tree. Okay, we'll move that tree too. I didn't even get to spot an African wild dog, but do we see any hyenas out here? I mean, there's only 2 of each in each habitat, so it's probably pretty, like, you know, once they get a bit more... Oh, there's one sleeping in the shade over there. That's cute. Okay, well, that was quick. I guess it's a lot shorter on this side than it is on this side, obviously. But at least it's just a quick little jaunt through on the ride. But here they are, our African wild dogs. So we actually have 2 totally different colored ones, which I think is super cute. This is much whiter for our male, and much kind of more brown for our female. Hi, I know you're pooping. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disturb you. But yeah, I quite like how this habitat turned out. I think maybe I'm going to do a little bit more in terms of like broken down things and features and such. I don't really know what I want to do with it yet. I feel like I could just add more props, but also maybe it's not worth adding more props. I'm not really sure. Oh, these chain link fences break down really easily. Maybe I'm just gonna, I should set them all, like there is a mechanic on everything. I'm just gonna set mechanics to every month on all of my habitats so that none of the, we need to raise our prices, so that none of the barriers break down, because the one over here has already broken down a few times. I think it's because the chain link just isn't very strong. But let's go and take a look. Where are our hyenas? Okay, yeah, there's one sleeping over here. Who is this? This is our Jafari. Oh, obviously we need to get rid of the numbers that we got from adopting him. But there's our male hyena. Very cute. And where's our female hyena? Is she over here? Oh no. He's escaped. Okay, he actually might not have escaped. We'll check that in a second. There's like a tiny spot on that habitat that like on the inside where they can get out, but it's only like a little bit. So I'm not too worried about that for now. Wait, where's another hyena? Oh, there she is. Oh, wow. Whoa, hold up a minute. How are you walking? Okay, she looks really funny walking downhill. She looks a lot more normal now. They're such cool animals, hyenas. I feel like their body language is so much different than pretty much any other animal. They have like that, creepy like look to them that, you know, you got back in the day in The Lion King. They're actually really different colors too. He's very white and she's very brown. That's pretty cool. Let's see what their babies look like. Oh, okay, this guy's not in a very good spot. Clearly. Let's put it there. Is it still gonna fall over? No. Okay, good. Excellent. But yeah, I hope you like this habitats. A little bit different. I've never really tried to do a style like this before, where it's a bit more like broken down, but I really like how this one turned out. I think this looks cool. I don't know. You can let me know what you think, but I think this looks pretty neat. I mean, it's simple, but I think it looks pretty neat. And let's do just a quick little walkthrough from this direction as well, just to get kind of a better look at what's going on. Alright, here we go. So, I'm going to run a little bit, but yeah. So we have the, I put in a solar panel here, because some of these boards couldn't get power. And it turns out solar panels don't have any negative effect on guests. So I thought I'd just, like, put it up here with, like, a little display of kind of showing, you know, eco-friendliness or whatever. But yeah, this one actually doesn't look too bad. So it's kind of open on this side, which is fine. We just have a nice little picnic area. But we've got all this kind of broken down, little ATM there, hidden, the shops, and yeah, I think I like how this turned out. It's simple. I mean, I didn't spend nearly as much time detailing this as I did the Oasis, obviously. But I think I still kind of like how it turned out. It was a lot of like copy and paste, but these plants and stuff, I feel like really make a big difference. And I think it does look kind of like it was abandoned once, but like, you know, where we've re-inhabited it, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. And then, of course, over here, it's going to be super boring. I did put up kind of oops, there we go. I did put up like the boards and garbage cans and stuff over here, just because I'm sure guests are going to come over here to look at the animals. But this is all going to get cleaned up when we do this section, which will probably be next episode. But this is going to get into our Tatooine sort of themed area here. I'm going to do sort of a transition from this, like, you know, these kind of abandoned mud buildings, and we'll make it a little bit more Tatooine style as we go. Just kind of just a small thing. I'm not going to make it huge. And it might actually be mostly like on this half more than anything. Just kind of a little thing in here. And then we might do something a little bit different down here. I don't know exactly how I want to lay this out yet. I keep like kind of changing my mind as to how exactly I want to have this all laid out. But yeah, because I want them to come around here. So we might do, yeah, I think we'll probably do the sort of village in this area here, and then over here we're going to do more of an Egyptian style, is kind of what I'm aiming for. And then I don't really have any other ideas for this zoo like that. I mean, those are big areas. Those are going to take quite a few different, and we've still got a few animals. It'll take a few different sessions, obviously, but if you do have any other ideas that you think would fit really well in here, like we're going for, you know, obviously a little bit more, what's the term for it? Like a little more gimmicky, I suppose, is the right way to do it. Like, this is obviously not a real place, and it's not meant to be, oh my goodness, this leg. I don't know why this zoo is so laggy. It's, you know, it's definitely this. That's why. But yeah, so it's obviously like a fake city, right? Like, maybe it kind of makes sense, but like, you know, you got your city entrance, you got your main city here, and then we're kind of going off into the slums here and like the abandoned part of town. But then all of a sudden we're going to have over here somewhere like the pyramids. You know what I mean? Like ancient, although it would be kind of like ruins. I guess we will kind of go from, you know, sort of poorer city to abandoned city to like ancient ruins, and then, you know, back to the city again. So that's kind of what we're aiming for. But if you have any like cool ideas that could go with that sort of theme, just let me know in the comments. Of course, I love reading your comments and I love your suggestions. You're always very good at giving me suggestions. But let's raise this price a bit. So how much should I go by? 5, I guess? 40, 35? That should work. And who's upset? Why are you low welfare? Nutrition? Are you stuck or something? Oh, hydration. Oh, wait a minute. Do my baby penguins have any access to water? That's something I never thought of before, and I don't think they, like, were complaining. But I'm gonna give them a little water fountain, because I don't think that doesn't really sound good. Let's see, penguin. Yeah, I'm just gonna give them a little water pipe over here, so that they at least have some water, in case they can't get all the way down. Fennec foxes are still getting super stressed out. I don't know if there's much I can do about that. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Altogether. Oh, my poor baby. I'm gonna move you over here, just so that you get over here quicker. Does that work? Did you get moved? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Go and drink some water. But yeah, anyway, so for the most part, this habitat hasn't been giving me many issues anymore. The animals don't really seem to be getting very stressed out. like they were at the beginning. So I don't know exactly what made that difference, but I don't know, it seems to be good. Look at this. Can you imagine the safari ride you're on here and like all of these animals are just like looking at you? I guess they're mostly ostriches, but there is quite a variety like right around this area. Yeah, I need to fix this building because it's like right here. You can kind of, actually if I click on it, you can kind of see, yeah, they keep like running into this corner and it like alerts and they keep running into this corner and I get alerts that they've escaped. So I think I'm gonna just like make this one wider and fix that up a little bit, but I'll do that off camera. I'm not too worried. Oh, what did you complain about? What was I clicked on? Okay, I don't know. Somebody was saying the black wildebeest was not in a good mood. So what I do want to take a look at before we finish off today, so our guest needs, looks like education is pretty low and so is our drinks. So I did add a couple more drink shops into here. So hopefully that will help once they, you know, start trickling over this way a little bit more. Education, maybe I just need to start putting up some more of these sort of boards. It's hard because in a habitat like this, you obviously can't have like ample education for every animal. It just doesn't work. Like I have a screen for each one, but like that's about it. I could maybe do smaller speakers around the screens. I might do that just so that like a low range speaker, just so that, you know, might help a little bit. But yeah, I'm hoping this kind of, you know, what did these guys say? I need the loop. Oh, yep. I forgot to put any bathrooms in over here. All right. I can put one in right here, actually. I'm gonna do that quick. All right, there we go. That door now leads to the bathrooms. Perfect. Anyway, yeah, I think overall, yeah, I think this habitat's going pretty well. Oh, look, they're in there. Oh, look at him swimming in his water hole. I love that. I don't love the grass on this desert map. I think I might have mentioned that before. I wish it was like yellow grass. It's very green. Don't love it, but I guess, you know, it is what it is. That's what we're gonna get in the desert, I suppose, is green grass for some reason. Something else that I actually really want to do, and I'm not sure if I should do it for an episode or not. I might do it for an episode just because I know it's going to take me a ton of time to do. And I mean, that's just going to delay. If I don't do it for an episode, it might delay an episode. But I want to go through and do a lighting and signage pass. Oh my goodness. Can I speak today? I'm having a hard time. No, I want to go through and do a lighting and signage pass. So essentially, go through everything that we've built so far, light it all up properly, because I haven't really done a lot of lighting, if any. I don't know if I've done any lighting so far in this zoo, really. But I want to light up everything properly and also put signs up properly. So, you know, maybe some signs for different areas or some signs for, you know, the different... I mean, I kind of did a little bit. I did a little bit more detail in this area, didn't I? Than I have been recently. But, yeah, like kind of, you know, some signs saying where all the habitats are. And, you know, I actually need to update the map too, but I will do that. But yeah, kind of signs for like directional. Even though it's kind of only one direction, it's still kind of nice to see, you know, a sign that says, oh, you know, keep going for the penguins. And then, you know, if you're kind of walking in here, maybe there should be a sign right here that points you this way and says penguins that way. Just so that you don't forget to, like, stop by the penguins, or, you know, food and drink up this way, so that you make sure that you go up this way, and, you know, something like, yeah, even from over here, right, we can do a sign that says fennec foxes that way, so that, you know, people know to come through here, to get to this viewing area here. And, you know, just those sort of little things. I'm thinking about doing a full pass on the zoo to do that. I'm thinking about making it an episode, so you can let me know if you really hate, if you really hate those kind of episodes, if you think it would be a waste, or if you'd like to see that, because, yeah, I mean, it makes it easier for me if I make an episode, so I probably will, unless everybody, you know, just says that they really don't want to see it. But yeah, lighting, and then the plans for this area as well. Let me know if you have any cool ideas for that. But with that being said, that is everything that I have for today's episode. So I hope you enjoyed that little build we did today. I really enjoyed it, and it made me really excited for the next couple of areas, like the, you know, the like abandoned or like slum village sort of areas that we're going to be doing in like the next, you know, probably a few episodes. I think it's going to be a decently sized area. And I'm really excited about it. I want to play a bit more with creating ruined looking spaces. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to look super cool. So you can let me know what you thought about this episode in the comment section below, as well as any feedback, comments, suggestions, questions, anything like that. I love to receive them from you guys, and I will talk to you in the next episode.